What's up, guys? It's March 20th, 2025. Pretty cool day in the markets. We rallied and then sold off. I kind of thought this rally would last longer, or at least we'd end up we kind of closed above the EMA, but I wasn't expecting this deep of a pullback. I thought this rally was nice because it had orderly bars. Big gap down, bar one being a bull bar closing on its high. We rallied. The market cycle goes from one directional breakout, opposite bar pullback, and then we channel, and we start to go sideways. Can't remember exactly when, maybe it was last week or the week prior. The open would just sell off and then we go sideways. So piecing together the lower time frame with the higher time frame, on the 5-minute, we had small bull bars. On the daily chart, it was more trending. And then we had I think we had a rally-ish, or we had a gap up somewhere here. Yeah, we had kind of had a gap, or here. Had that gap up, and then we started to go sideways. So this is the 5-minute again, and then on the higher time frame we were selling, and then we have a gap up. So this is somewhat of an opposite bar. So now we have the reversal forming on the 5-minute, or on all the time frames, and then we're starting to sell off, and you can see if we're going sideways. So the market cycles breakout, opposite bar, channel, and then trading range. We're gonna see if bears can get a continuation and break down lower, or bulls gonna get the reversal, which is also a form of a breakout. So I just kind of described the daily on the 5-minute, trying to piece together the price action I was talking about. Just right around here, I was talking about a big sell-off, trend line break, maybe a new low, and then some bull bars. This is the bull that broke. This is the bull bar that broke the trend line, sold off. Then we saw this bar rally, and now we're going sideways. 15-minute bar, really nice looking bars, but deep pullback. So that's trading range behavior. When you're looking for a second leg in a trading range, deep pullbacks are common. Market's been going sideways now. Went from breakout, channel, and now we're going sideways. Where is the higher of the trading range? I'm not sure. Right now we are trading below I think that's the 7th or 8th. Oh, that's the 10th. So right now we're trading on what am I saying? The upper half of the 10th candle, which is a bear bar. Bear is one new low, bulls want the reversal above the EMA. I don't really have a bias because it's hard to say right now. I mean, I think the bears have a good case and the bulls have a good case. When both sides have a good case, that could be trading range behavior. I thought these two bars are trying to get a second leg that goes one tick past it, and that bar did here. So leg one, leg two. Now the question is this bar trying to get a second leg? And I'm not sure because of the close. We're in a trading range, and this shows two bars have sellers above this candle's high or this candle's high. So that's like 3 candles. But then there was buying down here. So today was a trading range bar, rallied, sold off, and then it closed in the middle. Gaps, we had some open gaps here. I'm gonna go back over the gaps. I just want you guys to get a quick mental snapshot. We had some gaps open here, the gaps already closed. This gap stayed open, this gap closed right here. Trading range behavior, gaps get closed. Trending behavior, gaps stay open. So for the right side of the chart, got put in. These gaps were open, it was trending. This is right around here is where I thought we'd either go trading range or higher. And I saw 30 and this pullback, like, oh. And where was I at? The gaps disappeared. Okay, yeah, so now we have gaps. These gaps are closing this side, and then we have this gap that stays open all day. This gap gets tested by the end of the day. Oh, wrong session. Gap down, bar one, bull bar closing on its high, sold off and then rallied. Trading range behavior, bar two, follow through but not closing above bar one's high. Bar three breaking out of the 2-bar opening range. And then we obviously got measured moves all the way up here. So yeah, it was pretty nice. Bar 4, 5, 6, these 3 bars. I think these are somewhat orderly. This could have closed. This could have had less of a tail and more of a better close, but for the most part, they're roughly the same size. I think bar 3 is the biggest out of all of them. Bigger, yeah, bigger. Okay, so let me measure bar 5. I just want to see the relation to how. So this visually looks orderly, but now we're measuring it. It's not. They're all kind of irregular size. They're not one They are similar. They're all in one direction. The lows and highs are trending. So what do I mean by that? Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, 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 higher high. So all the highs are trending. That's trend behavior, but I think it became too climactic with bar 6, or excuse me, bar 7. Bar 7 was a good breakout and it produced a gap. 6, 7, 8. If it goes sideways, bar 9 is the first opposite bar. Bar 10, first trend line break. So right around here is where the second leg started. Whether you count opposite bars or second trend line breaks, this is still happening here. And the second leg was met within 3 bars. What was it? Met within this bar, trend line break, and then rallied. So the idea, second legs, the minimum for a second leg is 1 tick past the prior extreme. Pans out with bar 10. Bar 11, good follow through, breaking above. Bar 10's high, but tail on top. Bar 12, bad close. Trading range bar. We're in the second leg, so trading range behavior could be coming soon. Bar 13 is the first bear bar closing on slow. It gets bought up anyways with bar 14, 15, 16. That's the third leg. Leg 1, pull back leg 2, pull back leg 3. And now finally, bears get a micro channel. Do you see how it adds up? Like trading range behavior, and that's the first time bears get a micro channel. 3 bars, not all, well, 17 bear bar closing on slow. 18 bear bar closing on slow with more tail. 19 is a trading range bar, still a bear bar, but it closes above its midpoint. 23, 24. In the moment, it looked like the bulls were going to go for maybe a new high, create another wedge, but it ends up being a pullback for these 3 bear bars. 25 bear bar closing on slow. 26 bull bar, again, could look somewhat of a wedge bottom, but I think yesterday it did. Yeah, we had a gap down, so big gap up, big gap down, rally, 2-sided trading. So we could be at the high of this trading range from yesterday, 69. Another 3, or where are we? Here, 24, bad follow through for 25. So if you're long here, maybe start to get out, especially as you see 25, you get out, but you have a chance to get back in and break even. But if you're long here and 25 happens, I don't know how often you're gonna get this rally to get out, because this could just start to collapse like it did here. So I think it's best to get out on when the opposite side gets breakout. In this situation, there was enough bull pressure that bulls bought the first gap bar. This was actually a better buy than a short, and bulls made 1R. We could say this is forming a bear flag. Leg 1, pull back, double top at the lower high, and then 30 breaks out. 31's a deep pull. Oh, 31 actually breaks 30's high, so that's a weak breakout. Really bad follow through, but it starts to pick up. That's a more. Like, you could also argue that the channel started with 30 and it was still a lower high, but I just don't like that, how far that rallied. 32, bear bar closing on slow. 33, bear shorted and then took profits. It looks like it's kind of bouncing off the breakout point from 7, or the body is 7 at least. 34, inside bar. That's breakout mode. 35, it's breaking out to the downside. 36, big bear bar closing on slow. Goes sideways for a few bars. Strong to get second leg down. Leg 1, pull back. Leg 1, pull back. Leg 2, pull back. Leg 3. This is also 2-legged pullback. Leg 1, pull back. Leg 2. 45 to 48, strong to get its own second leg. Bars are growing, so they're not orderly. They're all closing. They're mostly the last 2 bars are closing on their low. 48 looks like a strong bear bar, but it went sideways more than down. We're in a training range after the third leg. This would be the third leg, so you could say leg 1, pull back leg 2, pull back leg 3. You could say leg 1, pull back leg 2, pull back leg 3. Nonetheless, the count's becoming more training range behavior than with trend. No follow through, 49. Go sideways for another 2-legged pullback. Leg 1, pull back leg 2. And then bears get a final leg down, 58, 59, 60, 61. This is late in the day now. Bears have had about 4 or 5 legs down. Definitely the probability favors trading range behavior. That's what we get for the rest of the day. A trading range. Tough to trade. Leg 1, pull back leg 2. Deep pullback, leg 1, pull back leg 2. Deep pullback, leg 1, pull back leg 2. I think it's best to stop trading around this. Unless you have a system that can scalp. But yeah, so pretty cool day. We went over the gaps again, or earlier, just to check it out one more time. There was opening gaps in the beginning of the day, and these are good gaps because they're all bull bars. But then this just ended up being a buy vacuum to the high of yesterday, and in trading range we get vacuum. So this is a really nice looking bull trend, but ends up being a vacuum. that reverses all the way back, almost all the way back down to the low. Bar 1 ended up being the low of the day, which is rare. So let's do the 1-to-1 of bar 1's met. You could say breaking out of bar 1's range, it's just a trading range with bar 3, so that's also met from that idea. 3-bar range breakouts met pretty quick. You could buy. I don't know if it's worth buying this right under the EMA. The context, I wanted to buy bar 1, but I was like, that's not really my system or how I trade. But the context I think was good for the bar 1 buy, and then you start to see the breakout. Second leg here, so if you're at the second leg, you take that for a scalp to the previous swing, and then so on and so forth. Let's see if bar 7 got a bar 8. So the breakout bar, yeah, breakout bar got 1-to-1, I think. The bar 16, and it sold off. So that's some pretty nice 1-to-1s. The breakout targets. That's very shallow. That's like 1 tick shy of measured move of the range on bar 10. 3 bear bars. I think this was a hard short, but as the day progressed, shorts got easier. Here, 1-to-1's met, top of the pullback. Then maybe we go for, this is hard because if you put your stop here, you're gonna get stopped out. 1-to-1's met. You put your stop there, the high of the bear spike, you're not actually gonna get stopped out, but for market orders at least, or maybe you short the middle of the bar 30 because you see that it happened after a rally, so you're expecting a deeper pullback, trading range behavior. Deep pullbacks and trading ranges. And then 1-to-1's met there. This leg's trying to get, this leg's trying to get its own second leg, but is it gonna get 1-to-1? That's better. Yeah, it doesn't get it. Yeah, trading range just shy of 1-to-1, couple points shy. 91.75. Oh, about 3-4 points shy. Let me go sideways for the rest of the day. So I hope you guys had a good one. Both sides made money. You could trade both, trade one, trade just bear flags, trade just breakouts. A lot of options, a lot of 3 bars in a row. There's good breakout points. The scalp on it. I was looking at the downside. I was like, wow, you could put a limit order here, put a limit order there, put a limit order. I guess you would get filled on this one right here, but the 44 low worked a little bit better. Putting a limit order here worked nicely. That was a quick 1R. So yeah, hope you guys had a good one. I will talk to you tomorrow. It's Friday. Let's end the week strong and have a good weekend. Thank you for tuning in. If you learned something, share the show. Don't be a hoe. Talk to you later.